10 laps to go here in the Xfinity race at Daytona. The guys just moved up to down to the bottom lane from the top lane. Briscoe made the move on Haley. Haley got hung out. Kaulig had a 1-2-3 going, but Haley obviously hung out, and now everybody else trying to chase down the Kaulig cars. Mainly Allmendinger and Chastain. Cindric third, Briscoe fourth, Michael Annett in fifth. They're still running up on top. Everybody else should be able to make it on fuel, but if a late caution comes out, pit road could be a busy place. These restrictor plate races, Daytona and Talladega, they're always interesting for not knowing what's going to happen until the very last minute, the very last lap. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Justin Haley dropped back to 6th after that move to the low line. Aggressive move there by Chase Briscoe. He and Austin Cindric are battling feverishly for the top spot in the Xfinity Series Championship. 3rd and 4th, Cindric and Briscoe, respectively. We're coming to 8 laps to go. Everybody else has moved back into the top lane. Who's going to be brave enough to try that low line again first?
And guys, this is all when we see these wrecks, is that when somebody makes a move, that 22 car makes a move, Chastain's got a counter. He's got a block. If he doesn't, then Chastain's just going to roll on by him.
Yeah, it's definitely a art form of how to block. If the block comes too late, you're going to get turned. And depending on where you get turned, if you get turned up into the outside wall, it could take everybody else behind you out.
Full throttle here. Saw him lifting just a little bit, but he shouldn't be lifting much.
Allmendinger currently leads. Chastain, who you're riding on board with, is currently running in 2nd right now.
He's going to do whatever it takes. He's willing to wreck to try to win this race, so you know he's going to try to...
Allmendinger currently trying to keep the pack at bay. Chastain looking for his first win of the season to help him out in the Xfinity points. Allmendinger running a part-time schedule, so he's not running for points. He's just looking for a win. Allmendinger actually only has one oval win in his Xfinity Series career. That came at Atlanta earlier this year. And for all of these guys running in the back, it's who can be able to make the move first. Is anybody going to go with them? And will they be able to get to the front without getting blocked by those Kaulig cars? 6 to go.
Let's see the telemetry here down on the bottom left. The 18 car who's further back in this pack.
Riley Herbst running in 7th behind Justin Haley. Herbst has kind of had a dismal year for Joe Gibbs Racing in that 18 car. Brought up from the ARCA series last year to ride this car. He hasn't performed as well as Harrison Burton has, as he's going to try to go to the outside here, but gets cut off by Justin Haley. He's trying to make a move, but Justin Haley's not going to let him. And he doesn't have a lot of help in terms of drafting either.
And we heard Chris Wright say there were no concerns, so I think it's all about speed now. Marty?
Austin Cindric sitting in 3rd. He's been telling his team, they have been lifting the last couple laps. Just let everyone know. But give Coleman Presley a spotter credit. He's gone back further in the field and made deals with cars further back. He went to the team of Riley Herbst and Harrison Burton, and they said, yes, we will go with you and the 98. Whatever move you want to make, you can count us in.
Trying to make deals with all the cars behind the Kaulig guys. Trying to beat them because that's ultimately going to be the battle. Kaulig Racing has dominated up to this point. Justin Haley's won a stage. Allmendinger's won a stage. Chastain's been running up near the front. Kaulig running 1, 2, and 6, as it says in the byline there. They were running 1, 2, 3 before I pressed record on this video. But Haley got shuffled back. 4 laps to go. Just waiting on who is going to make the move first, if anybody.
Riley Herbst in that 18 car, he tried to make a move on Haley, and Haley did a good job of blocking. I just feel like...
Yeah, that was mentioned before. Herbst was trying to make a move, but that was aggressive blocking right there by Justin Haley, able to keep that top 5 spot.
I'm sorry, Rick, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think it's going to come back 5, 6, 7 cars. They're going to get too wide, and then something's going to happen up front.
Well, you've got to watch the guys running 3rd and 4th. They're the winningest drivers in the Xfinity Series right now.
3 laps to go. Things could get dicey here in the next minute or two. Chastain able to get a little bit of a run, still not able to get to Allmendinger though. He drops back, looking to try to get another run here.
Ross is backing up, it seems, lifting a little bit, backing up to the 22.
Nobody's still making any moves just yet. Top 9 or so running nose to tail single file on the top line. 2 laps to go now.
Here comes the move. Yeah, Austin Cindric said, tell Chase, let's go. There's the move, guys.
Big time move. Everybody goes high and low. Allmendinger blocking. He did his job. Haley's up to 4th as Chase Briscoe gets shuffled back.
Under 2 laps to go from Daytona.
Some of them trying to drift high now. Allmendinger continues to block well.
So the 22's in a tough spot here. He has no help. Haley's not going to push him around his teammates.
Yeah, definitely not.
A.J. Allmendinger, loving the fact that he's got his teammate right behind him. He can see him in his rearview mirror.
They're all coming towards the white flag. This is the last lap, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Everybody continues to go high, low, high, low. Everybody's still remaining about the same. Justin Haley moving up towards 3rd. They're getting side by side. That won't allow much help for Ross Chastain here.
He does. He gets a good side draft right there, Rick. Look at the gap that Allmendinger.
The battle is going to be for the top couple of spots. Whoa! They nearly took each other out.
Ross Chastain blocks now, looking to get by A.J. Allmendinger for the win.
Whoa, no!
The 10 turns the 16. Around goes the 11. The 11 is
Oh, boy.
Haley is leading.
And Justin Haley's going to end up winning the race.
Is going to win.
Oh, boy.
What just happened? I mean, that was crazy.
Matt Kaulig is not going to be happy about that.
Gray Gaulding was 2nd place.
Ross Chastain trying to get by the 16.
Gaulding ends up getting 2nd. Briscoe, Herbst, and Harrison Burton, your top 5.
Teammate goes by on the bottom.
Okay.
Ross is going to be able to get there. I thought he was going to shove.
I imagine the Zoom meeting at Kaulig Racing is going to be interesting at the beginning of next week.
Really good job, everyone in Kaulig.
Let's see how.
Here's what happened on the replay. Chastain goes high-low. He tries to get the run on the inside, and Allmendinger just was not clear.
Annette in the wall. Cindric in the wall.
It looked like Cindric was in 2nd, though. Not Gray Gaulding.
Chastain. Lot of momentum.
Okay, maybe it was Gaulding. It looked like Cindric's car to me. But, yeah, Cindric got into the wall.
And there is the guy that was blocking for all of them. Remember, guys? He was the guy blocking. He ended up winning the race.
Bottom tighten.
Wow.
Down. Keep coming. We're still green. Clear high. Use the belt.
And Haley gets through all of that to win.
22 up on 2 wheels.
Haley out of the car.
Haley has his 2nd career Xfinity Series win after winning at Talladega earlier. And he apparently got his Xfinity Daytona win back after he nearly had it in 2018, but got taken away due to the double yellow line rule. But, yeah, I imagine Matt Kaulig and the rest of the executives for that team are probably going to have
see how the drivers.
A rather interesting Zoom meeting at the beginning of the week.
Chastain wanted to win. Hasn't won this year. He was fighting for that. AJ Allmendinger was trying to stay out front. Ross Chastain.
Friendly fire.
I was trying to read his mind. He's
What
shaking
can
his
I
head,
say?
Frustration, disbelief.
And Ross Chastain can't believe it.
Justin Haley believe it. He's won again on a super speedway. Parker.
And another lucky win.
Ask him, can you believe what just happened there in front of you between your two teammates, giving you the win there in the last lap?
Yeah, I mean, amazing effort by Kaulig Racing. Obviously, I hate that AJ and Ross got together there. As you guys at home can see, Matt Kaulig, Chris Rice, we built a team and a family. We all work as one, so extremely proud of this Leaf Filter Gutter Protection crew. Parked it right here on the double yellow line where I went down too low about 2 years ago on an Xfinity race. So a little humor there, but can't thank everyone at DCR Power, Richard Childress Racing, just everyone that's part of this Leaf Filter group. The Fraternal Order of Eagles, can't believe it. 2 Super Speedway wins in a row. Got to say something for Kevin Hamlin up in the booth, too.
So we saw a lot of teams working together, trying to mimic what Kaulig Racing has done, and we saw it go wrong there at the end between your two teammates, and many teammates and teams trying to block each other. We're going to show you the replay here. What do you see happening here between AJ and Ross?
Yeah, I mean, obviously just a little delayed reaction. Obviously not intentional on anyone. Obviously praying for AJ. Hope he's okay, and Ross as well. But just a little lucky there. We got shucked out, and I was a little frustrated, but that's why you never give up. These things are so unpredictable. So can't say enough about all the men and women at Xfinity Racing, Kaulig Racing. Just an incredible effort here today to win a stage. We swept everything, so extremely proud of everyone.
Another big win for Justin Haley at Daytona. Marty?
Well, Parker, the other side of the story, Ross Chastain, contact with his teammate, AJ Allmendinger, as we just saw there. And Ross, it worked so well until the last corner. What happened?
I hope we get some good ratings on that one, man. That's terrible to run in your teammate like that. Must be my fault, though. It's unfortunate. We did everything right all night, and we just got to win. It's 10-car Nutrient Solutions. Did everything right to be the best teammate I could. I haven't always been. And last lap, I don't back down, and I'm going to go for it. And, if I wasn't there, if I watched the replay, but he got turned, so it wasn't completely into the bumper. But I hate it, man. Marty, it's not going to help me moving forward. But just proud of Nutrient Solutions, all Kaulig Racing. Aside from that, we did everything right.
You promised you would do everything to win. Was that simply a move for you to say, I need to win this race, not you? I'm the full-time driver in the series.
No matter of how many races each of us run, we're supposed to go for the win. The team rules the last 10 laps, and we all stayed committed. I hated Dustin got shucked out there with 10 or 5 to go or whatever. But no, I mean, coming to the checkered, what am I supposed to do? Just finish second? Not this guy.
There you go, Ross Chastain going for the win and winds up wrecking his teammate in the process.
Well,
Everybody wants to win, Ross. Everybody wants to win. Sometimes that just happens.
We'll wait to see how that goes for him. He was involved in
But,
this.
yeah, an interesting finish tonight in Daytona for the Xfinity Series as Justin Haley, the king of luck, ends up taking the checkered flag in a very crazy finish.
At what point in time are you working for yourself?
Listen, this is a self-serving sport. I get it. Teams and drivers, you want to have good teammates, you want to work together, but at the end of the day, you're there to win for you and your team and your sponsors, right? So you want to work together. It's great when you can finish first, second, and third. We saw that same team all jumping and high-fiving and hugging each other after they pulled that off earlier this year. And this is the other side of that, right? Is that you have 2 guys going for the win, and stuff happens. You're going to have that when you race. And I don't blame anybody for trying to win a race. I mean, that's just that's what you're supposed to do. And that finish we saw at right here is what we typically see at Daytona and Talladega on the last lap.
Yeah, I mean, if you got multiple cars that you own out on the racetrack, sometimes you're going to run into each other, and that just happens in racing, and that's part of it. Those guys are all up there running well, having a great night, and going for the win. That's a really sort of sensitive corner of the race car to have any contact. Typically when we see these guys using the bumpers and tandem drafting, they hang out on the right rear quarter panel. It's a little more stable there, and that left rear quarter panel, it took nothing really to spin around AJ's car and create that issue. But yeah, this is racing. You put a lot of cars out on the racetrack as an owner, and sometimes those guys will win races, work together, and sometimes they'll run into each other.
Jeff Burton, Dale Jr., Steve Letarte, and Rick Allen for NBC Sports. They'll be here tomorrow night for the Cup race at Daytona, and so will we. Hope you'll join us then.